Now, here's a quick thought for you. What you tolerate is what you teach. Think about that for a moment.
Hey, coach. Yes, you. You feeling burned out? Players not locked in? Parent drama wearing you down? Well, this is the place for you. The Coaches Code podcast, where we help you lead with purpose, protect your peace, and build programs that last. So do me a favor, coach. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell if you're on YouTube, and share this with another coach who's trying to do it the right way. Your journey just got a whole lot stronger. Welcome to the Coaches Code podcast.
All right, welcome to another evening of the Coaches Code podcast. Thank you from wherever you're watching. We appreciate you for coming in and joining us today for another episode every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, here from beautiful Bossier City or Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana. Before we jump in, something that we always want to do when we open up is open up with our Bound by Purpose Declaration Statement. So there it is on your screen. So I want you to take a time. This is something that I prayed about and something that came about that I decided I wanted to have something I can speak over coaches' lives, something that we can have to declare over our lives as leaders so that our impact can be felt and also we don't that we lead with purpose and that we don't burn out while we're doing what we love. So here we go. Bound by Purpose Declaration Statement. And it reads, I am bound by purpose. I don't need to have it all figured out to be effective. I don't need to be flawless to be faithful. I don't need to be perfect to be honest. I lead others not because I've arrived, but because I've been through the fire and I chose to grow. I will live by the coach's code. I will coach with purpose. I will optimize team dynamics. I will drive success through well being. I will empower through modeling. I am not overwhelmed. I am on assignment. I was built for this, and I am still becoming. And even in the becoming, I am enough. I will finish my assignment with joy. I will steward every moment and every life I touch. And when I fail, I will get back up through God's mercy. I am bound by purpose and I will lead like it. All right. So, man, I'm excited. We're getting ready to jump right in. I have my guest here tonight, Coach Justin Collins. He's logging in with us here for a second. Coach Collins, say what's up to the people.
Hello, how's everybody doing this great Monday evening?
All right, man. It's good to see you as always, man. I appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna tell you, man, we got us a good one tonight. Coach Collins and I over the last few years, especially over the last year or so, becoming, a little tighter, man, talking a little bit more. We both share the same mentors for the most part, Coach Bryant, the late great Coach Bryant, and Coach Jeremiah Williams, another gentleman here who was a big time coach here in this area, and he's also assistant principal in the Bossier Parish school system. So definitely somebody for us to look up to. But man, Justin has been fortunate enough to step into a historical program and continue the legacy. And people don't realize it, but that's even harder than building from scratch. That's hard to step into shoes that's won titles and sent guys to college and be able to hold that down, man. So, man, much respect to you, man, for stepping in and holding that mantle. And man, much more. We being much more success to you. We're gonna jump in, man. Justin, he brought something to my attention, and so we're gonna let him lead this thing out tonight. He brought something to my attention, and if you notice, one of the things that we have here is that the title and the caption for this was "You coach who you are." That's heavy duty. You coach who
Yeah,
you are. And, man, he just sent a message, man. We're just talking about morals and values and standards when it come down to us as coaches and how imperative and how important it is that coaches, we are men of integrity. Now, mind you, I just like I said, the declaration, you don't have to be perfect to be honest, but you do have to have something that you're standing on
Right.
that's your ground base. So we're gonna start off with you, Coach Collins, man. What's on your mind, man? What's going on in our coaching world when it comes down to upholding morals and standards as coaches?
Well, I just I can't speak for everybody, but I just think just going around, looking around, when you start having like my kid, my son is playing on a little league level. He's 10 and he's playing on you call it AU, whatever you want to call it. And I'm seeing different things going on as coaches and people in the stands and even with middle school coaches and high school coaches. It's like, man, who are you?
Mm,
Who are you? What you put out there is who you really are. You can hide it inside. We can't go inside your body,
mm,
inside your heart to see you. Only one man can do that. But the things you do and the things that come out is who you are and everything you do.
mm,
And I was just looking at how they just, even with just the little kids, with the ages, they got kids that maybe a little older playing against fifth graders and that maybe 7th or 8th grade. I'm like, who, who are you, man? What kind of person would do that? You know what I mean? Like, so God, no. You can tell the kids, oh, you ain't got to tell me his age. I can look at him and say, and I get it.
mm,
You
mm.
know, some people are materially older, quicker or faster and may form a beard and whatever the case may be at a young age.
Right,
But some of that stuff is
right.
unnecessary. And even I had to check myself on things, man. 'Cause, just, I got tired of hearing stuff. And not that I'm listening to people, but I just, you know, when you're doing something, I think when you're trying to be successful in anything or you're doing something maybe that's successful, people think you're cheating
Okay,
or you're doing something wrong or you're doing something that's not. They got to be cheating, man. They can't be doing this right. They can't be winning or whatever. And I think that's a slap in the
okay,
face, man. I
okay.
really do.
Then.
I really do.
Mhm.
Uh, about your character, who you are, and what you have displayed. What's your, we can call it
Okay,
tape. What's your
okay,
tape?
okay.
How have you conducted yourself throughout your tenure or your life? That's your film. You know how we watch players and we look at the game film. Well, your film is how you conduct yourself
Yeah.
every day. And I just think that the way who you are should translate to your guys and your team. Your team should do everything that you would
Okay.
do. Uh, and if they don't, that's a reflection of the coach. So I like to speak about that, even with your own kids of yours, of your own, your son, your daughter, however they conduct themselves out in the public or at school or anywhere, that is really a reflection of you. That's you. You might as well be that person out there, not physically, but as a representation. So I just think, man, we can't keep on blaming it, man. These kids, these kids, these kids, these kids. It ain't the kids, man. It ain't the kids all the time.
Man.
It's got to be the person they're looking at, their leader.
Well, I mean, man, look,
That's just what I was at.
it's crazy that you.
That's just why I met with you.
Yeah, it's crazy that you go there because that definitely is that is thin ice. You know what I'm saying? That definitely is a head turner. To be able to have the mentality to go ahead
Yeah,
and to share that because, you know, uh, if I tell my story from the beginning and then going through the amount of years, okay, we can both agree. We know that
yeah,
you were able
yeah.
to see me in the early years develop and
Mhm.
build, and I didn't have a lot of just talent. Now my guys wasn't sorry. We just talking about just big time, big time Division 1, big time. We
Yeah,
just we figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah,
going from a 10-win team to a 28-win team to being missing the playoffs to becoming a playoff staple, what you're saying is that what you
right.
saw over the development of that time was an indication of, you know, what kind of leader you believe that I was. Okay. Now on the flip
That's
side,
who you are.
you can also look at somebody. Sometimes you have people that be in a situation that they might not win at a high level, but you can see that they come to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the kids are
Yeah.
dressed nice. They're organized. They come out. They play hard. You know what I'm saying? You respect that coach because you can look at that team and see this man is teaching or this woman is teaching these kids something. You know what I'm saying? Might not win a whole lot, but you
Right.
still can look at them and see they're
Right.
not cheating the process. They showing up every single day. You see what I'm saying? But you can turn around and see a team that's
Yeah.
winning 30 games, not winning titles. You know what I'm saying? But they always win 25, 30 games. They got guys, they flying around, they can dunk, they can make threes, you know, they fun to watch, all
Yeah.
that stuff there. But then, you know, they cussing out folks, talking to referees crazy, talking back to their coach.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All of that stuff you're
Yeah.
saying from your perspective and what you experienced, that's coming from the coach. Am I reading that correctly?
Absolutely. And that's just what I think. That's how I feel. That's what I'm standing on. That's what I
Mhm.
believe. Now I don't always get it
Mhm.
right. My beliefs might be different, and that's
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
But that's just what I
Right?
believe. And just speaking back on you when you like for as your teams, how they play, how tough they play, the mentality, with the level of intensity. But that's when they that's you. Like everything ain't been easy, ain't been hand, it been spoon fed. You had to go get it. You had to
Had to go
grind.
get it, had to go
And,
grind.
you had to work for it.
Absolutely.
And that's just and you take that. That's just who you are, and you just instill that in
Yeah.
your group. I mean, they always say that. It's a saying that the your team is an extension of the coach or
Mhm.
something like that. So basically, I know if your team is like physical or tough, that coach must be a tough guy,
Okay.
tough, hard nosed guy. If he's soft and he lets things go over the top or lets people get away with it, that coach is soft. Look at that team, they
Yeah.
soft. Man, you always see it. Man, when I look at University of Houston,
Yeah.
Coach Sampson is he's a no nonsense
Yeah.
guy. He's straight up with the kids. He don't play games with them. He's
Yep.
honest. And the way they play the game of basketball is a reflection of how he is as a
Right.
person, in my
Right.
opinion. Just listen to like where he come from and how you had to work the old days of the Arkansas 40 minutes of
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
How rough and tough
Yeah.
that coach uh how their coach
Yeah.
was. Coach Nolan
Yeah.
Richardson. And if you look at his story, how he had to fight and get to where he's at, it's just how his teams are.
Right.
And that's just I just think that's on any level in any sport that a team is a reflection of their coach personality, their character, their grit, all that stuff, man. It comes from your leader, in my opinion. And as you get older, your father now, you got a
Mhm.
son. As you get older, if you had your dad around, you start doing things. You start catching yourself like, man, that's something. I'm just like I'm doing the same things my dad says, the sayings he says, the things
Yeah.
he do, because that's what you
Yeah.
see. That's what he has without verbally, always verbal talking. Most men just live.
Yeah.
You learn from how they conduct themselves daily. They ain't gonna be here with a bunch of
Yeah.
words and explaining all this. They just live their life, how they go about their business, what they do as a daily, getting up,
Yeah.
working, whatever, taking care of
Yeah.
whatever, and you begin to become that
Mhm.
person as you age and get older. So it's no different than it is in life, man. Your children are a reflection of in your household is a reflection of you for the
Well,
most
you
part.
know,
And
they
good
have
or
one
bad.
saying, you know, we say this at my church at EBC, Pastor taught us is not what's caught, it's not what's taught, is what's caught. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always what
Yeah,
comes out of your mouth. Kids around us, they're watching. They're watching. They're catching our behavior
yeah,
patterns. Now, mind you, like I told you, man, I'm gonna keep saying this. Man, I'm not saying we got to be perfect with everything right, but I will say this. This is what helps. What
right.
helps is that being honest. You know, when we fall short, I've had times in my locker rooms where decisions that I made that I felt like were the best decision, well, I had to come back and apologize. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And tell them, like, look, I thought was
Right.
best. It didn't work out the way I thought it was. Guys, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're going to try to get it right
Yeah.
the next time, try to get it better the next time. They just caught a man being vulnerable and being transparent. You see what I'm saying? And being honest about not being prideful. You see what I'm saying? And standing on what was a bad decision. You see what I'm saying? They caught that. You see what I'm saying? And they pick up on that and they remember that when it's time for them to make the decision. So there is a connection between our personal discipline and our coaching success or failures. Like there are things when I go back in my personal life, and I'm always willing to be transparent. You know, there was a time where what was coming out of my mouth didn't match how I was living. You see what I'm saying? I was saying the right things and saying be disciplined and have integrity, do all this different stuff here. And I had a whole other thing going on, you know, in my nightlife. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me, when I dealt with those things, I personally saw a change in my personal life and in the success that we had on the court because there was an alignment there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying that's everybody's case, but when we question ourselves as coaches, because we all do that. I mean, like I said, you've won at the highest level, you've fallen short.
Yeah.
We always, okay, what is it that I need to do better? And it's not always related to the sport. Sometimes it's more related to when I look at my life, am I aligned? What I'm asking my boys to do on a day-to-day basis, or my girls, whatever I'm coaching, you know, am I that kind of person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do I hold myself accountable in these areas? And if I do fall short, you know, am I honest with myself about, man, you know what, I can do this better. You know what I'm saying? I can do this differently. Do you kind of agree with that?
Man, I totally agree with it. You know, we talked this year, you know, when we was having time, man, you came out practice. And you know, honest conversation. Hey man, hey coach, that ain't the Bojan high I know. you know, and things like that. And that's stuff that and I appreciate you saying that. Like I'm like, okay, because you don't want nobody around you to sugarcoat with you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Jeremiah came, William came and just said things and he just asked questions. It was honest. I like, man, I'm asking, not on some prideful stuff. I'm like, man, what you think, coach? And you know, he was just like, man, coach, what kind of, like, what are you trying to do with your offense? What are you trying to do with this here? And I'm not asking you these questions just to tell you what to do. I'm just asking, you know what I mean? I was like, man, my answers, I didn't even agree with my answers. So I said, man, I got to figure this thing out. So I was like, man, but sometimes you have to say it out loud, bro. If you say it out loud, you'll be like,
yes,
that don't make. I need to go back, reevaluate some things, and then it's like, man, and was honest with our team, honest with yourself first. First of all, you have to be honest with yourself before you can be honest with anybody. And then you talk to your group, your guys that you're coaching. Well, that's third. Second, you talk to your coaches, and y'all be on the same line. And you just talk to your guys. And when I started talking to my guys, I heard guys that been in the program 4 years. Coach, you being soft, man. I remember when we was this and that, you wouldn't even allow us to do that. I said, man, and you know, you like, shut up, man. But it's like, and you have to take that. So it's cool. But it's cool to be able to.
But look at how much respect, though.
It's cool to be able to have those conversations with your guys.
Look at how much respect, though. And this is me telling you, I see how much your guys respect you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes our pastor says is a lot. He say, man, ask your family, what kind of person are you? Like, you know, ask them, how am I doing as a husband? How am I doing as a father? Like, ask them. You know what I'm saying? And so for you to have that moment with your guys and not just act like you got all that. Like, I got more answers than y'all do, but at the same time, there's value in them knowing that you're paying attention and you listening to them. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? As a coach, especially in this day and time, because me and you was raised up, we just do whatever coach say. Period. Don't say nothing. Shut up. Do it.
Yeah. Don't talk back. Whatever your coach say, he tell you to go run out there 100 miles. You can do 100 miles. You know, ain't doing that, but you just do it.
I mean, straight up. I mean,
it's generation now.
But going back to what, you know, how you were saying earlier, I'm gonna go back and revisit. You were saying how, you know, your son, what grade is your son going to now?
He's
going to the
fifth.
5th grade. So he went to a tournament, played, and you saw some stuff that was a little like, man, what in the world is going on? Now,
Yeah.
how responsible is a parent if they know a coach is doing some stuff that's in our sports world it's immoral, or lack of integrity? Like, where does that come into play? You know what I'm saying? When if the parents are aware that a coach is bending or breaking the rules in order just to say they won something.
In the 100% of the times that I seen with my eyes, I'm gonna say my eyes, 100% of the time that team lost. 100% of the time that team ended up losing.
Okay.
End up losing. It's to the point where now hey man, I don't even try to talk sense into some people because they're not there morally. So if that's what you want to do it. We're gonna do it this way. And
all right.
It work out how it work out. If you win, fine. But you're not gonna win in the long haul doing that in anything.
Right.
By cheating. That's cheating. It's cheating.
Just go on, say it. Cheating.
Yeah, you cheated, man. Like, and that's the worst thing. And to me, in this profession, in any sports, anything with sports, anything in life, to say you cheated. Yeah, you got there, but you cheated. That's that. I don't know if I can. I can't accept that.
Having that associated with your name, bro. That's gotta mean like it's a whole lot of stuff that I could have did. There's a whole lot of stuff I could have did. My Facebook Messenger and people hitting me up. You know what I'm saying about a kid. Let me tell you what I do. So like I said, I'm be gone. I'm here. We on the show. When I get contacted by somebody, about a kid that's outside of my zone, my district lines, I'll go to the LHSA website, go to under the eligibility rules. I'll highlight where it says I'm to have no communication with kids outside of my attendance zone until they enroll in my school, and I send it back. And guess what? I've never had anybody respond back to me. Never.
They got the answer.
And guess what? I can sleep really well. You know what I'm saying? Like I can rest really well knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not going that route. And I ain't finna say 100% of the time I ain't never said nothing to nobody. Like, come on, bro. Like, hey, we all done that at some time. But ultimately though, if there ain't no text line and no messages showing, well, I'm trying to get some kid to come to my school to play for.
That's what, man, and that is something that you can, like, people, man, you can stand on that. Like, you can, hey man, I would go to my grave knowing whatever y'all. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna find nothing like that on my watch, under my thing, under with my name associated with any of that. And like you say, that's integrity, that's morals, regardless of what somebody else say, because people gonna assume or say whatever, and that's fine. That's part of it. You just stand on who you are as a person. Who are you, coach? Who are you? And I would like to think other people would speak up for you. And I think it does. I really do. I really do, man. I really think people that know you speaks up for you if your name get mentioned.
And you will hope so. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you would hope so, man, because the killing part about it is, man, it's so crazy though. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to go too deep into that, man. I guess I can't. I guess I don't know what to expect out of folks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect, man.
Well, now, we what's going on now is just a different era. We're in the middle of two different, what is it, generations? I don't know. When we grew up on it, we see that we like living in the changes. I can just imagine our parents during segregation, and stuff like that, like living through changes. And it's kind of, you know, I know that's kind of too deep, but,
Yeah.
but it's like you're living through the. Man, my dad always talking about when he was growing up, he couldn't walk on the sidewalk with white people. He had to go to the other side.
Yeah.
So as he got older, they started
Yeah.
integrating. So that's a whole different level
Yeah.
of change. Now we're in the same school.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
And that is in their
Yeah.
lifetime. So we're living in a deal now where we having like, man, these transfers and people dictating where they're going to school. They're paying high school kids. They're giving you this and that. Like we are really living in this process. It's kind of like, man, but it's change. Change is always gonna come, and that's a challenge too. We like right in the middle. I can only imagine growing up in the 60s and 70s and seeing that, man. You know, one of my favorite movies is Remember the Titans.
Right.
And how they had
I learned something off of that movie. I really like, for real. Like for real, man. That dude.
I was just like,
I mean, I know he was acting, but but he really did bring to life.
It's supposed to be a true story, right?
Yes.
Like,
so
you had to stand on some. You had to know who you are as a coach, as a person, as a man. Stand on those principles.
You're right.
And stand on who you are.
So what is what is emotional maturity? What is that? When we talk about in the realm of us as coaches, and I say that to you, you know, with the pressure to win, the pressure to produce, the pressure to lead our players, the pressure to deal with parents, the pressure to raise money, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, making sure your kids eligible. Man, look, making sure your kids get home safely and get back to school. When you talk about emotional maturity, what does that mean to you for us as coaches when we talk about emotional maturity?
And well, I look at it. I think as a person, and I have times where I fall short or keep my emotions in check. Basically, I really want to let everybody have it, and I really want to go off, but I can't do that because that ain't the right thing to do. It had been times where you get caught up in I lost my like a ref might have got the call wrong in my eyes, and I'm going off on a ref. He ain't gonna change the call. He's not gonna change it and say, you know what, you were right. That's stuff I preach to my guys, and then I end up staying on that subject, and I end up getting a tech, and so I got to go back to my guys and say, I failed at that situation because I always tell y'all, the ref ain't gonna change the call, and I'm steady trying to, I guess, make him change the call that he ain't gonna do. I lost control of my emotions.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I will. I'm gonna throw this at you too, and stick with your thought. Now, for me, sometimes I feel like the kids need to feel you fighting for them, depending on what night it is. You know what I'm saying? It might be 1 or 2 nights out of the school year where you got but watch this though. I still feel like that's being emotionally mature because I'm making a decision that I need to show my guys I'm fighting for you. So that's why I feel like with emotional maturity, it's more having to do with understanding when and how to use them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and not letting them control you. I got control of it, but I'm choosing in this moment to show some restraint. Okay. And then here I'm choosing this moment to show my guys, hey, I'm fighting for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I done turned around and came back to the huddle and say, man, look, I'm fighting for y'all. I need that back from you. I said, now we ain't gonna whine about these calls. I said, but I'm gonna fight for y'all. Y'all let me do that. I'm gonna fight. But I need y'all to get out here and dive on this floor, get these stops, get these charges, execute. That's your fight. Let me worry about those officials. Let me take care of that for y'all. And and I've seen, and that's where I had to grow from the pretty much like the whining about a call to being strategic about, okay, I'm finna fight for this one. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's when we get into the maturity of the emotional maturity when it's like now I'm choosing when I'm gonna use, you know what I'm saying, some emotion in the situation or not.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So have you ever found yourself when you think about
yeah.
it now,
That make a
have you found yourself where you think you've had those moments for your kids?
yeah. I plenty of times, man, and and it's easy to tell kids and tell everybody what not to do, but they got to see you in action as a man when you are as a leader when you're in a situation where you know that the situation is not right. How do you
Hmm.
control yourself? Self control. How do you handle that? How do you
Hmm.
take care of that? You know what I'm saying? And man, I remember when our last losses was versus Huntington this year. I got a ticket at the end of the game, man, because I feel like we
Uh-huh.
stoneballed or whatever
Uh-huh.
and they call it. So I just like, said some words. We was only down too, a
Yeah.
few seconds left. Then maybe 10 seconds. Got a tick because I didn't
Okay.
agree with the call. And I went in the locker room. I said, "Oh, that's my fault. I apologize, guys. I didn't have no self
Uh-huh.
control then. I just I put that on me.
Yeah.
My bad. Coach messed up. Coach didn't
Yeah.
do X, Y, and Z. Uh, and sure, I mean, we went on the street after that, but I don't think it was more. There's
Yeah.
more to that story. But uh, just holding yourself accountable, man. I used to get ridiculed
Uh-huh.
for that, man. Like holding
Hmm.
myself accountable. Hey, coach, why you putting your business on Facebook? Because I'm not. All I'm saying is a little summary. Like I gotta do a better job, or we as coaches gotta do a better job. Once you keep
Yeah.
that in house, that's just just a summary of what happened that game. And for people who don't get to
Yeah.
watch us play, uh, I'm holding myself accountable. I'm not blaming the kids or blaming
Yeah.
nobody else. I'm not. I'm not mad that as a coach you got to raise money. I'm not mad that you got to do. I'm not on the internet complaining about my job responsibilities, the duties as a coach.
Right. Right.
I'm not saying all this stuff. I mean, I want to. I wanna complain about why we can't get
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z, but I believe that's kind of goes in the line with emotional
Okay then.
maturity. That's part of what you are called to do. It's a calling. If I had a situation where stuff just got paid late, so I'm thinking I got this in the account. Now I got a small amount, so I'm just like, I'm like, okay, I just got to do what we got to do. I got to go fundraise. We have to do what is
Yeah.
need to do because you can't
Yeah.
sit here and whine about it
Yeah.
and complain. As a leader, you
Yeah.
just got to go do what you got
Yeah.
to do, man. Uh, and, and that's kind of a
Mm.
personal thing, man. And them
Yeah.
kids see it. When I tell my kids what we got to do, I explain to them, man. Hey, we got to do this because we need this. Y'all like socks and shoes. You like stuff to have. Well, it's not free. We got to raise this money and do it. Or you like to, you know, do whatever. Well, it
Yeah.
takes work. It takes X,
Yeah.
Y, and Z to do this.
Yeah.
So,
But I like that.
and all that, and a lot of times I tell them, y'all, we're not big. Like you playing high school ball. No one, I say this a lot. No one asking you guys to play. This is something
Yeah.
y'all chose to do.
Real.
So if you got to run whatever you got to do, that comes with that.
Real.
If you don't want to do it, just don't
Got
play.
that right.
Just don't play. If you don't want to do the stuff as a coach, just don't coach. You don't have
Let me
to
tell
coach.
you something.
You don't have to do
Hey,
none of this stuff.
let me tell you something. In honor of our homeboy C.O.D.E, he say, man, he say basketball extracurricular. You say this is volunteer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
This, you ain't got to
yeah,
do none of
yeah,
this.
yeah.
None of it. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't forcing you
You
to
ain't
do
got
it.
you ain't got to do
Yeah,
none of this, man. But he go something. He go. I'm gonna make you think a little bit. And I don't even know if you ever really thought about this. I always catch you with one question. He go on right here. Is there ever a moment
mhm.
that you can remember in the game, like that you can remember where, and it's like a moment of pride, like a father, where it's like, man, these jokers look, these my boys tonight. But man, we own it. You know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, you be like,
yeah.
who in the world am I coaching tonight? What is you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Man, what
when
is
that
going on?
happens, when you have those nights like that, you had that one night where it's like, yeah, my dog's on it tonight. And the other night was like, who is this? Who did you blame? Like,
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like when you thought about that at that moment, did you reflect in that moment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do this week in practice? You know what I'm saying? That is like that was different where
Different.
these jokers coming out here and they ain't got their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, or is it a finger pointing session, or is it like, man, what did I miss out on this week? And because I know they don't look like me today. So what did I miss? Can you think about having the moments?
Man, listen, man. I done had plenty of them. Hey, plenty of them last few years. I got a good friend. I call her,
Uh
L.
huh.
Williams, Latonya Williams. I
Yeah.
told her she part of the staff. She always check. She'd come to practice, and she would say, "The boys are a reflection of you. You sitting down there. You're not enthusiastic. You're just sitting over there playing with your phone or trying to go cut some yards or trying to make some extra money. You worried about that, and you need to be
Uh
focused
huh.
on what you got in here.
That's
That's the
Tanya.
problem with y'all right now." And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's what."
Shout out Tanya.
So, boy, I said it. Yeah, you kind of learn from that. You don't take that as
Yeah.
a slap in the face. Uh, you and one thing we like this year in past years when we was having a hard time and then we started having some success. Uh, like you said,
Yeah.
you practice habits, and we do
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
every day, the same,
Mm-hmm.
win or loss, win or lose. Practice winning habits.
Yeah.
Everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah.
The results will come. And we had a stretch where we was doing it, man, and we kept
Mm-hmm.
explaining it to the kids because you know what I mean. Because
Mm-hmm.
when they start winning and you start keep on, you know, emphasizing these habits, are they gonna do it a
Uh-huh.
little bit harder
Uh-huh.
because they want to win too? Nobody wants to win more
Mm-hmm.
than the kids that's playing, and all of it. It's a psyche thing. If you win one doing this, if you win a few of them doing it that way, it's a buy-in. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, cool,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and you keep on emphasizing that, and you never get satisfied with a result, or you
Mm-hmm.
never get down on a result. Some people, every once in a while, man, a loss
Right.
is okay.
Right.
A loss is good. You can learn from. You can go back to say, well, what we do differently in practice or whatever, or what did we get out? Like, what did we get out of our character? We started playing one-on-one basketball, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. Uh, but we had some moments, man. I remember in 2023, man, we
Okay.
was 10-9, and everybody telling coach what he needs to do. Coach, you need to get a tech. You need to show these people you ain't. And the biggest honor I had was a referee telling us, "Hey, coach, your guys don't never say nothing to the ref. They don't never talk back." I don't think we got a tech at all that year.
No.
At all that year, we and that was, and I had to
Yeah.
like that was impressive. We never we just we stayed the course, man, and just kept
Mm-hmm.
with that, and that group ended up winning the state
Mm-hmm.
championship, man. Even this year, man, just coach, man. I don't know what we doing, man. I don't know what it, man. Uh, Morally, I didn't feel like we was
Mm-hmm.
doing the right thing. Our standard wasn't being kept. We was lowering our standard for guys to their level,
Ah.
their standard, not to
Okay.
our level, our standard. But that's self.
So
You
what
got
does
to
that look
identify that
like?
as
So
a leader.
what does that look like? What is it like? What's your measuring tool? Like I said, we're talking about coaching who you are. So for that time frame, so what is your measuring tool right then when you when you have a standard that's there? because and I'll throw this in. Sometimes I think we can get comfortable as coaches sometimes when it comes down to our standards. Because we sometimes we want to believe that the guys they got it 100%. They understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes we can kind of put our guard down a little bit and forget that they still kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they still kids. So
Yeah.
so like what's your
Yeah.
measuring stick? What's one of those telltale signs for you that you can say, you know, they aren't upholding the standard or I'm not upholding the standard? Like what is it? Is it something that you can tell or have you really thought about that when it come down to, you know, how your team looks?
Well, funny you said that. You know, I always talk about the kids calling me out about being soft. When you start hearing the guys communicate with the same language that you want to communicate with, or this guy started holding each other accountable for whatever they're not doing. Say if they're missing not touching the line, and then you get some of your guys say, when you sit back and you hear guys say, "That's how you lose a game right there, not touching the line," telling the other guys, and you start saying, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. And I just think if your standard don't have a tool or measurement, you just hoping, you wishing.
Okay.
You just wishing. Man, you're like, well, we almost there. No, I want to be better than good enough. Almost.
Yeah.
We need to get there. You know what I mean? And this is how you get there. And we're gonna pound it every day. This is how you get there. This is how you get there. And sometimes I toot my own horn, and I shouldn't do that. So sometimes I
did that. I did that. Like Coach Carter.
I
drew that up.
Yeah, you ain't never did it, so you don't know. Whatever. So
hey man, I feel you.
That's a little ego.
Hey man, we human, bro. We human, man. And sometimes we throw it out the door like that ain't no real thing. But shoot, man, you know, I feel you, bro. We had those times.
Yeah.
You know, we
sometimes we go too far. I say, yeah, I went too far on that. But I just had to let you know, guys.
Got to remind them and let them know I wrote that up. I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, man. So listen to me, man. We get you right.
So I'll say
just buy into it, man. And that's a joy. That's a joy. That's a real joy when you see that, man. You can just, it's hard to explain, but you know when your guys are in line with you, like, man, hey, whew. And you don't want to tell them, but you need to tell them a little bit. Hey guys, we figured it out. We keep on with it. We're not where we need to be, but we're in the great right direction. You don't want to, and I take the Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant said when they was up 2-0, and then the reporter said, "Why you not smiling?" He said, "Is the job finished?" He said, "I don't think so." So what's something to be happy
about, man? The job ain't finished. I mean, so I'll tell you, for me, it's when it's a game, it's warm-ups. It's warm-ups. Like, bro, I've had to like pull the guys in the huddle in the middle of warm-ups. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to threaten their life, but I'm looking at them like, look, y'all know what we about. Y'all know how we expect to do things. So I'm just letting y'all know, y'all better come out here and have a game of your life. Because from what I'm looking at, we ain't serious tonight. Now be loose, have fun, enjoy yourself, because it's a game. But I don't see it. And some nights, they come out there and do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the older Eddie Hamilton trying to evolve and be serious, but still be a little loose. You know what I'm saying? That's but for me, that's a measuring stick for me is watching our warm-ups in the game. Now, practice, I'm not even giving you an opportunity. Like, I'm not giving you an opportunity. Like, what I'm doing is I'm coming out anyway.
Right.
And I'm watching first. You know what I'm saying? But if it don't start off right, it's dragging too much, then I got to do something to wake them jokers up. You know what I'm saying? Because, You know,
Yeah.
you know what it
Practice is
looks
your time.
like. You know what I'm saying? You know what it feels like. And there's nothing that they can say or do to get you off of that. I'm sorry. Y'all haven't, you're still children.
Yeah.
Because as a man, we still
How
screw
you
up.
tell
We
them?
still fall short of the standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Hey man, you done forgot more basketball than they done
man,
lost,
these
than they
jokers,
learned.
they really do think they're there.
And
They really do think they're there. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
but
you gotta bring
yeah,
down the
you
reality
got to.
sometimes.
You got to. So for you, what's one non-negotiable for you? What's one thing it's a non-negotiable for you as a father, you know what I'm saying, and then as a coach? What's something that crosses the line as for father and coach that's just a non-negotiable? Okay.
Few things. Uh,
Okay.
blaming others,
All
not
right.
holding yourself accountable, and not
Okay.
going 100%. Like
Okay.
halfway doing something. Halfway doing something.
Okay.
Respecting the game, disrespect the game, and disrespect the game is
Gotcha.
not going 100%. Like saving yourself for whatever for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's non-negotiable, man. What you if you're gonna do anything, that's how my dad. If you're gonna do anything in life, uh, uh
Right.
try to be the best at it.
Yeah.
Go hard, go hard. Like why are you. And this, if you made a mistake or you ain't doing
Hmm.
what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
hold yourself accountable. Like we're not doing that. We're not about to blame Johnny for you not touching that line
Yeah.
or for you
Yeah.
not doing this.
Yeah.
Uh, you know how they get in trouble in class. Well, such and such was doing. Hey man, what you do? I don't want to hear that what nobody else did. You got to have self-control. You can make yourself laugh. You can make yourself whatever. So,
So for you, blaming others,
and
that's one. Blaming others, that's one for you. What's another one?
and that's the I guess that's the word. I say 100%. Just I say going hard. Just
Yeah.
give all you got
Yeah.
in everything you do. Effort, I guess.
Yeah.
Effort is
Yeah.
what you can control. Like if you know you got an upcoming test and you ain't study, well, what's the good chance of
Right.
what's gonna happen with that test?
Yeah.
That's effort. Uh,
Yeah.
that's non-negotiable, man. If you ain't gonna give effort, you just ain't
Yeah.
gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to do anything in life. You know what I mean? So that's two for me. That's all. That's something that I really emphasize.
Yeah.
Effort,
Yeah.
effort.
Well, I say,
That's why I don't we be cutting yards. We cut yards, Eddie. We cut yards. Cole, let me come out there and cut. Nah, I see how you work out here. No, I ain't about to be going back and
yeah.
doing my work in your work. If you
Yeah.
ain't gonna give it the effort, you gonna worry about why when we get paid is hot or is something going on.
Well, I mean, effort is a
That's
direct
non-negotiable.
reflection of attitude. That's what I tell, mine. I mean, from my
Mm-hmm.
own son to, what I'm saying, the guys that I coach, I'm like, attitude and effort. If your effort is piss poor, that
Yeah.
means your attitude is piss poor. If your effort is great, that means your attitude is great. So you can't tell me otherwise,
Yeah.
because even if you're a guy that works hard all the time and you having one of those days, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I know something is wrong. You know, do we need to talk? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, because you're consistent. Now,
Right.
somebody who attitude always, they effort always crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, my thing is I'm not sacrificing character for talent, bruh. Just not doing it. Your your your
Right.
your
Right.
talent and your ability means absolutely nothing to me. Because this is my attitude about that. I'll rather lose, and I'll give a real life example from a standpoint of just what has happened. I'd rather overachieve and
Yeah.
lose in the quarterfinals rather than go to the state championship and lose, because you uber
Mhm.
talented, but I knew because your character was weak. We lost that game because I let you get away with crap all year long.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That ain't gonna sit with
Right.
me right.
Right.
I'm not gonna, I can't live with that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, but getting to the quarterfinals and falling short,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And knowing that we did everything, attitude and effort wise to do what we can, I can live with that. And I am living with it. You know what I'm saying? I am living with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's all you
And
can ask for.
so
That's all you can
I
ask
don't
for,
want to
man.
say,
Attitude, effort.
I don't want to say
I
I
agree.
won a title just to say I won a title. I want to win a title the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe until I'm retired,
That's
I still believe I'm gonna get one or more. That's my attitude until I'm done. You
that's
know,
true.
but if I don't get one,
I'm just gonna listen. I remember, man, Ty's Roots. I wish you. I always use him for example. That's who. Yeah, every day. I'm glad to see he had success that last year because the kid had great attitude and effort every day. And I'm not saying here and there. He won every drill. Every time we had
yeah,
to run, he was first.
yeah,
Everything we did, he was first. I'm talking about every day. And that's who he is. That's who he is. And he wasn't the most talented kid. He wasn't the most talented kid. Wasn't
yeah,
the tallest, wasn't the
yeah,
biggest, wasn't the
yeah,
strongest, wasn't the fastest,
yeah,
wasn't the most athletic. But I would take a hard worker over a talented kid 9 times out of 10. Well, probably every time, because some kids are
yes,
talented and hard workers.
yes, yeah.
That's when they
That's what they
special.
special. That's what they
They
special.
special. You know, yeah, they don't come off. But I was so happy, and I use it for example because he was able to succeed
Yes,
at effort
yes,
and hard work. I know this individual accolade, but he won every individual award as well as a team
yeah,
award his senior year. I love to see that get those kids get rewarded with their hard work. I use that for example because we don't get to see it a lot. Like as far as just like yeah, well, it don't get advertised as much. That this kid worked hard every day, was the number, did everything he was supposed to, was a leader
yeah,
every day, and he ended up getting the ultimate goal, winning the championship as well as winning
yeah,
individual awards. Uh, and wasn't the most talented. Wasn't no star, 4 star, 5 star. Didn't had no stars. You know, that is that's kind of
yeah.
that's what it's all about. Who are you? Who are you? I hear
Who
you
are you,
talking, but who
man?
are you? Every day. I'm talking about every day now. That's the only player I can remember for the most part. Every day winning every
He
was
was
first.
different now. He was
First.
different. And I mean, we gotta think about
He
it
was
though,
first.
man. It was in his blood. His brother, you know, Callis, man. You know, you hate
Yeah.
how things turned out for him later on. But Callis wasn't one of the most talented guys, man. But he just worked, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was
He
just
worked. It's
it's a
just who they
nature
is.
that's there that obviously has to come
Yep.
from their parents. You know what
It's
I'm
just
saying? Yeah.
they come from home. See, I used to talk about this stuff. They got that hill at BT. I said it after the game. His dad makes him run that hill, and he has to run it
Hey
with some
man,
weights on him.
I grew up on that hill.
And that's yeah, he run it. Man, I used to hate or he would run down. His dad would just be riding in the vehicle and making him run back home. And that builds mentally that builds character, that builds toughness in a kid, mentally, physically, and
Oh yeah,
that's
bro,
just who
it's
he
different.
is, and
It really it
what he
really it really is a different mode and a different mentality. You know what I'm saying with that. And I can almost say this, coach, for your kids that have said to you, coach, you getting soft. I think Taj probably spoiled you too that first year.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
wanted him to come in
I
there and
think
say,
I think he's I think he
man, I don't
spoiled
know
you,
what
man,
kind of
because
pussy it became.
you needed another guy like him that can come in there and carry that emotional load. Uh, but I think that's
Yeah,
the part that even with you still being you're a veteran coach, but still, even as a head coach, you're still filling out those kind of those non-negotiables. Like if you got to find out. Like I had a team that won a district title, 5 seniors. Neither one of them wanted to be the leader. They decided we're going to do it together. Right. That's the decision that they made. Like now,
yeah.
I think that we personally, I think that we probably could have gone further. You know what I'm saying? And done a little bit more if we just had that dude. And I don't mean get a bucket. I'm talking about that attitude. You know what I'm saying? But that group made a decision that, hey, we just gonna do this collectively. But I think sometimes when you don't have that kind of that go-to person emotionally, you can kind of get lost in the shuffle in hard games. But I watched Taj. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at what he did and how he made a decision that we are not losing. But they saw him like that every day at practice. Am I getting that right? Yeah.
That's and we had this situation this year, and I caught myself. I said, man, I need another tie. Man, you're not gonna get another tie, man. Stop looking for something you're not gonna get. They don't come every 10 years.
Yeah.
People like that. You know what I mean? So you gotta be the one.
Yeah.
You gotta be the one. I was yelling at the kids about it. I ain't worried about all no leader, man. We ain't gotta have one.
Yeah.
It's my job to lead. Y'all gonna do it this way, and you gonna do it this way. Y'all gonna be out of here. You ain't no negotiable. Like it's just going off about that. And I'm like, man, stop as a coach, as a person, wishing somebody gonna walk through that door that ain't gonna walk through that door. Again.
That's a waste, bro.
We're not gonna get a Duke Dean. And that's hard, man. You're not gonna get certain guys. They're not coming to save you, coach. You got to figure it out. And you can't keep saying what I ain't got. Man, I'm being honest. We ain't got this. We ain't got that. Man, that's poor
now
leadership. Talking about what you don't have versus
here go a question for you. Do you ever feel like there is a time where if you were slacking, it's something that it was just like just because you was tired. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go back and think, because nobody cares about how we feel. Nobody don't think about it. They don't care about us coaches. No. So now, and I say that, and I'm talking to me and you. We're here, but I think this probably something we need to just, from a standpoint of coaches, for those that are listening, if there are things that's slipping in your program and it's slipping, that's a time you might want to go back, man, and check. Do I need to reset? You know what I'm saying? Do I need a mentor? Somebody or a peer that I can talk to and get this stuff off of my chest. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get so tired that I let this stuff slip through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense?
I think that's a level of I think that goes the level of emotional maturity.
Okay.
Just be mature enough to admit and identify. Because men have pride.
Yeah.
Very prideful. Like very prideful.
That's true.
And a lot of times you'll see it slipping with the way your team play. They ain't worried about a win or loss. You can see you can see how they play. Because they ain't playing hard. They ain't playing the way Eddie Hamilton team play. Eddie Hamilton team play this way. Regardless of what school you at, they gonna play this way. In one way. This is how they gonna play. And you know that, and you know what it looked like. Even with a win or loss. But I'm so thankful for people, even the ones that don't even know they helping. A lot of times they don't think their intentions are to help. They just intentions to hate. But for them to have enough in them to say, hey, coach, I just don't like what's going on with that group. I'm like, You want to say, man, who was you to tell me?
Okay,
But you know, but
that makes sense.
you have to, because yeah, you have to take that with a grain. You have to take that. You have to eat those words. Like I tell our guy, you're gonna have to eat some of this stuff that come to you. And in our school, because you got guys that been through that fire that's gonna come back and tell you this ain't what it this ain't
I
this
saw
ain't
it.
what it looked like.
Remember that practice I came
You
to?
can't get all yeah,
Bruh. Yeah,
yeah. And they gonna come it to you raw and uncut.
yeah,
And you ain't gonna want to hear
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But you gotta eat that.
That's a great
And I
luxury
have to
to
do the same
have
thing.
when it comes down to the standards that your program has. Man, you had about 4 or 5 college guys to come in there and to be able to put that junk out there, man, and let them know, man,
Mhm.
y'all tripping. This ain't Bossier. What y'all doing in
Yeah.
here, man? There's a standard here. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I felt
Yes.
though. By the time they was done, coach, when I was watching, I felt like the former players triggered you. I think you the one that got impacted after that
Mhm.
practice right there. Because I think it was
Yeah.
after that break. That's when the run started, didn't it? Is that when the run started?
Yeah. Yep.
See,
It was around that
yeah,
during the holidays.
yeah.
Uh
I was there. I
and
was there. I
and,
saw it.
and those guys are
I liked it.
those guys will tell you, but they'll tell me, hey man, they'll text us up, coach, man, what you doing over there, man? I mean, they use that because they used to be my favorite. You know,
Yeah,
boy, you soft, boy,
yeah,
you busy.
yeah,
So they bring it as they get older. That's what they use against me. Coach, you soft,
yeah,
man. Them boys
yeah.
soft, you soft too, coach. And I be like, boy, I want to, but you got to take it. You got to eat it, man. And you
But
just got
see,
to
I
be like,
like I
man.
like that though, man, because like I said, for you as a coach, you know, for you to have somebody that can pick up the phone and text you or call you just to tap you on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because the bottom
yeah.
line is, coach, we're humans, man. Like, yes, we coach who we are, but guess what else that
Mm-hmm.
means? If we're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? If that's, if we're not, if that's consistent in your program, that's consistent in you. But if it's
Yeah.
like this, it might be a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of dip. You know what I'm saying? Then get back on track, look up. That's you. You see what I'm
That's it.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
where we have to come back, man. And be able to have some self awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
said, have some emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Have peers. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, you let me come watch practice, and I was able to say to you, "Hey, man, I don't think that's
No,
bullshit." Like people don't
yeah,
understand
man.
to have a relationship with somebody like that means something. And a lot of times, I think
Mm-hmm.
coaches we get isolated. We get isolated,
Mm-hmm.
man. But you got to have somebody that's gonna kick you in your butt, man. If you supposed to be
Yeah.
boys and girl, like you got to
Yeah.
have somebody that's gonna tell you, "Look, Jay, look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something going on with you personally, anything like that, man. But I'm telling you, man, you my boy, something ain't right." You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Yeah.
have people like that, man. I always tell my
Yeah.
assistant coach, you can ask every last one of them. I say, check me.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong on something or I'm off base, I'm telling you, away from the kids. I tell them, away from the
Yeah.
kids in the office, man, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And give me a chance
Yeah.
to
Check
catch
me, man.
myself on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
but I still think that when we look at our teams as a whole, the stuff that you said, when you brought to my attention a couple weeks ago, cussing at Coach Hagan was talking about cussing at referees and kids talking back
Yeah.
to coaches, all that stuff. Man, that stuff is on us, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, man. You can't just let this stuff happen and point at that kid and say, "Ah, man, that kid tripping." Well, they tripping with your jersey on.
Yeah. You allowed it. Yep. Yep.
Got your
And the
come
greatest
on.
honor as a coach, a greatest honor is somebody else saying to their kid, whoever, you ain't gonna be able to go to that school or that play for that coach if you're doing that.
Ah.
Yeah. Now you might can get away with
Mm.
that with such and such. You ain't gonna be able to get away at that at that organization or whatever the case may be. So you gotta check
Hey,
yourself. That's an honor to me. That's the great honor
yeah,
for somebody that
yeah,
would tell a kid that or tell whoever, a parent or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, the kid needs that.
yeah.
Needs that. because it's just so much, man. These kids be having, they don't get what we got as a young high school kid or kid coming up. So they don't know, they ain't getting it. All other things that they letting them do, thinking they winning, but they're not. And like, man, you know, back to what just having somebody check, even my ladies that's around. Miss Davis, they might be wrong. And a lot of, but it's something in that piece that makes sense. It might take you, it might go a mile about it. Because I just want to tell you, because you to your side, like your mom or something. I don't know about that right there, Cole. You're gonna have to figure this out. But that's cool. But I like it. I enjoy it because when I go back and tell our guys, I have to listen to things that y'all don't like. I'm just like y'all in a sense. I have somebody I have to answer to, whether it's a principal or somebody. And if I don't do X, Y, and Z right, they're gonna check me, and they might give it to me in a way that I don't want to. I don't like the way they're talking to me, but I have to take that because that's my responsibility. So, and that's kind of like trickling down to y'all. The same thing that we're doing to you guys that we're trying to instill in y'all, we are having to do it, live it daily. Man, this is stuff that I do not think we need to be doing as a coach, as a teacher. I don't agree with, but I have to do it because that's what we have to do. That's our responsibility. So, you know, and you know, even though I let them look at the email. Look how they talk to me on the email, man. And then,
you let them see it
because I know they ain't gonna read the whole thing. I might just say glance at it. Look at what they said. You better, or whatever the case may be. And like, dang, I said, yeah, we all have that. Like, I'm not exempt from the rule. You know, I'm not exempt from that. So I gotta follow directions. I gotta follow the law. I gotta wear my seatbelt. I gotta, you know, you ain't got to, but it's safe to do it. It's a speed limit. When that light is red, I gotta stop. I can't keep going. I gotta stop. Right? So we're not in a sense that much more different than you guys. You know, we gotta live a certain way. I gotta treat my kids. I gotta take care of this and that, and that's, you know, all that stuff, man. They know. They can see. Their eyes ain't blind, man. These kids' eyes are not blind, bro. They know.
Here go another question for you. And if we don't want to go there, we ain't got to go there. But I do want to ask: did you find a shift in your approach every day while you were going through your divorce?
Man, I did the best I could to block it all out. And you know, I mentioned a few times just about conducting yourself, man, being professional, even though you have things going on personal. You know what I mean? And you know, we had I was still learning how to communicate with the team, with the kids in that manner. I mean, I got better like the next year and years after that, but just more communicating with our guys about and they have it, man. You can tell some of these kids when they're having a bad day. Like, you can tell. And they walk in the gym, man, head down, attitude, because the girlfriend then broke up with them, the teacher pissed them off. They got an F on their test, or they can't go X, Y, and Z. So you can tell that. So I'm like, okay, y'all probably don't know what I got going on, but I'm finna share it with you because this is reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna see me walking here with my head down, wearing that on my toes on me. So you know, as a young man, you got to be able to separate that.
Yeah.
You know, separate that.
Yeah.
How do you do it, coach? I really don't have the answers, but I'm finna show you how I'm conducting myself every day. You just watch the way I'm living, and hopefully you will learn from like something. My dad didn't always talk. Hey, son, man, you gotta go do this. You gotta go do it. He just lived.
Right.
And you know, I just seen the thing and said, we might take a little bit. We might appreciate our fathers more as we got older, because we didn't know they were going through this stuff.
You didn't know.
And didn't realize it. Like, man, but now we at that age and we starting to really get, as you get older, you say, man, I gotta give a pound to him because, man, it's hard, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard.
it is.
And they never show you and never have a sign that this is what they do. This is what you're dealing with.
Right.
You couldn't tell.
Right.
So, but that helped. But like we was like, I'm just honest with my kids. Hey, I was blessed to have a dad. 99% of my friends didn't have a dad around.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So they don't know.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit behind the curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and that's a challenge too. Because we got guys, bro, we got guys that they barely got parents, bro. And that's just the truth.
Yeah.
And we trying to ask these, they don't understand, man. They just don't understand. They don't get to see it.
Yeah.
And we about the only thing they get to see.
Yeah.
So that responsibility is a little bit more deeper,
Yeah.
So that's when we talk about who are you as a coach? Who are you? All that stuff play a factor. You had it, and you still, even at a school like Airline, it's still a couple of them that have a tough situation.
Oh yeah, it's still some of them there. Yeah, it is. It is. But you remember, I was at Scott Park. I was in Natchitoches. I done been around.
How they
playing it last year. I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it all. Yeah. But even the question that I was asking you, I've had to sometimes go ahead and stop. Mm-hmm. And I had to go ahead and stop, and I felt where I had to go ahead and kind of tell my guys some of the stuff I might was going through. And what the reason was because I want them to learn how to communicate better than what we learned. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I are still a part of the old school, but with a little bit of new school flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like we still, that's still in us, but we also understand the power of being transparent as well. And so, but our young men need to hear us talk to them about, and I ain't got to tell them all my business, you know what I'm saying? But just let them know, I had this, there was a death in my family, or there was, this happened, or I had, it's sometimes they need to hear that. And I said, y'all never would have guessed that I was going through that right now. Like, hey man, never think. I said, but that's the thing about us as men, is that I'm not hiding it from you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's letting you know that that's the emotional maturity we was talking about. Is that we got to go in as the right place. Like I invited my guys for the opportunity to cry on my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can see that something's going on. Man, I'd have shut down practice before. You know what I'm saying? Kid was going through something, man, and it just was like, hey man, we need to be here for him. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? Talk to us. And see, that's the stuff that people don't see when they see us fussing and stuff on the sideline. See what I'm saying? They don't see us spending time with these guys and opening up doors to teach them how to communicate, how to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? How to listen to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like those are character traits, because I want my guys to be committed husbands and fathers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you ain't got to be perfect to be honest, bro. You ain't got to be perfect to be honest. No. But we need to have, but I always say this: love is honesty. Honesty is love. And there has to come a point in time where us as leaders, when we say coaching who we are, they got to see that transparency. They got to see that vulnerability sometimes, because that's a bonding point that the average guy, even some of these girls, I done coach girls too, man, not having, they might have a man in their life, but they might have a father figure. You know what I'm saying? They got a little bit of sensitivity, man. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, you got a daughter and a son. You know what I'm saying? So you get the chance to do both. But as coaches, man, there has to be an evolution with us. Because a lot of good people are leaving this profession because a lot of the outside things. And that's why I say, when we say coaching who we are, we're letting the pressure get to us. And we're not standing on our morals and values. And just like we have in the title, we got to have that thing that we standing on that keep us from breaking. And I think sometimes when we find coaches that break in our profession, some of them it's time to retire. We can say that. But then some that I think leave a little early, I think it's because they didn't establish who they were as a person and what their non-negotiables are and what we're going to tolerate and what we're not going to tolerate. Because even though I experience frustration, there's still a thing I'm not tolerating. Like, look, I'll throw this at you. Last season they're playing Dillon for the first time in my life, 0-22. But I could have just sat on the bench.
That's a different
I could have
question.
just sat on the bench and just, hey, we ain't gonna win no games. No, bro. I stood up, I instructed, I taught. If our attitude wasn't good, I called a timeout. Hey, come here. Hey, that's not what we do here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still not changing because of the circumstance. I'm gonna be the same way if I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing we say you coach who you are. That's who I am. I don't like nothing sloppy. Anybody know me? I don't like sloppy basketball. I don't like sloppy balls. So,
Yeah, I know that, but
you know what I'm saying? So whether my team is 0-22 or they 28-8, you know what I'm saying? I don't do sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not what I'm gonna do. But at the same time, we need to open up those doors for our young people. Sometimes we need to listen to them, bro. Like we just, we need to listen to them.
yeah, man. I be listening to stuff, and you really sometimes you don't even know what to tell them. Shit, I don't even know what to tell you, but that's a little situation. We going to sit here and talk. Man, that's tough. Geez, we just had to sit here and pray about it.
Yeah.
Because man, I was just like, man, but it's a lot of times the team is the only family they got.
Wow.
The team.
Wow.
For the most part,
Wow.
And I grew from like a lot of like even my first year when I never really just talked about it as much as I'm doing now. But I learned like, man, these kids they got to see that. Because I heard they you can tell them everything, bro. You can tell them anything. Hey, don't do this, don't do this. This is how you handle that. If they don't see you doing it, man, these kids now, and they probably been like that, they're more in tune to say how they feel. Well, Coach, I didn't see you do that. Hey, man, boy, but shut up. Like we didn't talk to shut up and be quiet. I ain't saying they ain't talk there, but they must ain't get talk there because they be in grown folk conversation. You sit here, we just knew it's grown folk talking. Hey, just go ahead and walk away. They'll stand there like there's nothing. It just man, they'll say it, man. Hey, Coach, what did you do when you was in high school and you had hey man, and you had this and that? I said, well, glad you asked. let me figure this one out.
Man, there'll be some great moments though.
We get the kids. Yeah, hey Coach, I'm gonna be 100 because I just had a baby. Hey, what? Like I just got a baby. You got a baby? I mean, like literally? Are you just talking? No, I'm seriously. She just had a baby yesterday.
Didn't even know the girl was pregnant.
Well, I just, yeah, man. You got, so look, man, dog. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out because that's a different type of challenge.
Man, look, I had a skill. I had a skill in high school, so I'll be able to share that. I had me a skill in high school. I did. I had a skill, man. So I've been able to walk through with a couple of my guys. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was able to really be there with them and understand how they was feeling. You feel me? Like that's one of them things, man. It's man, it's just when it come down to just what we're talking about here tonight before we get ready to close out, man, it's just I think right now for us as coaches, we got to realize that what's going on in our program is us. It's not outside of us. We gotta stop pointing the finger at children, and then we can't let the pressure of what people think, our program should be and look like dictate the decisions that we make. I love this kid. And this decision is what I feel like is best for this kid, And if something that your people not happy about, then bro, it is what it is. I'm not mad at you, but I'm not gonna walk away. I'm not gonna walk away from a season and just say, man, these kids and they ain't do the. No, man, I let this stuff happen. And we ain't talking about winning or losing. We're
Yeah.
talking about the
I let it
makeup
go.
of your program. You know what I'm saying? And how things look, the representation
Mhm.
of the school name, the community, all those different things. As coaches, man, and it goes back, we was talking about emotional maturity and emotional integrity.
Mhm.
You cannot be the owner of something. Okay, like I own this house. I live in this house. Okay. If you come to this house
Yeah.
and this house is nasty, we ain't saying pristine and perfect, but if it's nasty, okay,
Yeah.
this is my house. You ain't finna say,
You did that.
man, who else done come in their house and tore their house up? That's not what you're gonna say. You gonna
Yeah.
walk away and be like,
Right. Right.
man, I ain't never come back to Cole Hamlin's house no more. This house nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, don't invite me back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, because it's a difference.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Right. It's a difference between it's a couple things just kind of
Yeah.
out of place, here and there, then it's nasty. You know what I'm saying? That's different. You can tell when some
Mhm.
clothes just need to be folded, a couple dish need to be wiped, and it's just nasty.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. Okay. And so without
Well, let me ask you this before we
okay,
go. 'Cause let me ask you this,
cool.
because this is what I'm not dealing with, but problem I'm having. It's not a problem. It's a good
Okay.
thing because pressure is a privilege.
Yes,
I remember
you
telling
always
it.
say that.
It's really a
You
privilege
always say that.
having the pressure. And what about the person? Like me for example, how do you handle this? You all you doing is putting out positive with your program. I'm actually really showing the good. So that actually is making people want to come. That's like that's like bait. I'm throwing it out
Okay.
there. You catch it. Now I got guys that and parents. I want to make a decision to have my guys at that school and be a part of their
Okay.
program. And they're actually making legitimate moves.
Uh-huh.
Now, okay. And that's great, that's good and bad. Now you're almost getting ridiculed for marketing your program and selling your program or selling your school to be X, Y, and
Okay.
Z. And it's frowned upon. So my challenge is, and my response to it. So if that person moves, what are you doing to promote what are you doing at your house
Okay.
to keep people want to show up?
Okay.
Like what kind of like you about to your new program and you very successful coach. So okay, now it's gonna start being, and you bring that to Evangel. Now it's gonna be people want to come to Evangel
Mm-hmm.
all across the
Mm-hmm.
city, and they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
come. Now you got to be able to handle that outside noise of people
Mm-hmm.
saying X, Y, and B about Eddie
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton. He's doing this way, he's doing that way, and that's what I got going on right now. I'm getting frustrated
Yeah.
with it, and I want to say something
Yeah.
about it, but I can't.
Right.
Like,
Because you're a
man, I'm
professional.
not calling nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't really have time to call nobody and sit down with somebody to get them to come to my school.
Yeah.
That is, I just don't, and I want to address it, but I
Yeah.
can't. But how would you handle that with your 20 years experience, man? 20 plus with you,
Well,
you build it. Like people want to be a part of that. They want to come to your
yeah.
house because from the outside, it looks. I like the way your house
Yeah.
looks and what comes from your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So man, that's a challenge. So how will you handle that one? Do you come out and defend yourself, or just say
Well, I mean,
keep doing what you do?
you know, that's the thing about it too. When you're in the social media world, you're gonna catch all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that's the part that, you know, you have to understand and be prepared for that. Like I said, the bad's gonna come with the good, just automatic. You know what I'm saying? LeBron
Mm-hmm.
he called himself King James, and he wants to be the GOAT. That means he gotta take the praise and he gotta take the criticism. And like you said, pressure
Yeah,
is a
yeah, yeah.
privilege.
You call yourself the
You know
king.
what I'm saying? So pressure is a privilege. You always
Mm-hmm.
say that. So the bottom line is that probably the ones that's running their mouth, they wish they was you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you just flip your frame of mind and just understand that some of the people that's run their mouth, they wish they was you. So really, it ain't nothing for me to handle. It's me mentally just to accept that we're doing something here that's working and it's effective. Others wish they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't stopping nobody else from doing it. Like me, I ain't never.
Yeah. I'm just using.
You see what I'm saying? So right now, you really are becoming or have become a blueprint. So either they could do what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, or keep complaining.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is they're not going to
Right.
stop it.
Now,
Because it's the one thing that's happening with your program,
nah.
Justin. You're still winning as well. See, you ain't running your mouth. It's a lot of jokers run their mouth and they don't win. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're winning
I was
along with
cheap.
it, and not just winning. The kids enjoy the environment that you've created. See, this stuff I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't be around it. They
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it.
Right.
Okay, so it's one of those deals
Yeah.
where even for myself, I in my opinion of myself, I think like the job that I have now is almost kind of like a resurrection, so to speak. Like a
Yeah.
second, kind of a
Yeah.
second coming, after the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I haven't been comfortable with doing that y'all gonna see me doing more. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You're gonna see
Yeah.
me doing more. And when you see it, you be like, dang, Ed ain't never do that. Oh, you're gonna see it now. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna see stuff
Yeah.
that I've been uncomfortable with because I've accepted it. It's kind of just the wave that we're living in right now. So now,
Yeah. Evolving. It's evolving. Like I'm evolving
there you
to.
go.
We, we're like we're in that situation. The change is going right. We're in the middle of the change.
You're in the middle of the
Like we
change.
are. So
You
either
upholding
you
you
gonna get
upholding
with
the
it.
Bossier legacy, and you doing it Justin Collins' way. You're not doing it like Bohannon. You're
Mm-hmm.
not doing it like Roosley. You're not doing it like Coach
Mm-hmm.
Whitty. You're doing it your way, but you're still upholding the Bossier standard. But it looks like
Mm-hmm.
Justin Collins. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you always tell me that it's yeah, and it takes some years. But you told me that this year that you are really it's your program.
I'm telling you, man.
You can see the
So
difference.
really for me, I look at what you're doing. I look at what you're doing, and I say to myself, okay, he's winning at a high level. Kids are wanting to come play for him. Okay, uh, do I keep doing it the way I've done it, or is there something I need to add? Do I need to add something? You know what I'm saying, to
Mhm.
how I do things on a day-to-day basis, to be more attractive. Because the bottom line is that
Right.
we do want kids to be attracted to our programs, man. We do. Like, why we sit here and act like we,
I,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was more like you were now, if I was more like that probably a few years ago, there's some kids I lost that I probably wouldn't have lost if I had the Justin Collins approach.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
Well, I'm gonna just name. I'm gonna name names. I was telling. I was name. I'm gonna name. I was on Black. Coach Black. Shout out to Coach Black at the locker room
Okay.
deal. And Willa, and he was, and we just talked, and we was having a real conversation, and we can agree to disagree on some stuff. But he was saying like nobody's beating down the door to come to Willa because of the area the school is in. And he was telling me about they had a program. They got people that they graduated from from the school and has so many college
Okay.
credits
Yeah.
because they have a program in their school. And I'm like, well, why you ain't flooding that on your social media page and putting that out there for more people to see
Mm-hmm.
it? Uh, to attract more people because I don't think the school is bad. People just don't know
They
that part
just
about
don't know
that.
that part.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why that's your
Yeah.
job. That's your
Yeah.
fault. You need to be flooding it, putting that out there.
Right.
And that's just then I was he was and I was telling him that about we was talking about that time on the podcast. And I was like, man, that's the only difference.
Yeah. I like that.
So you're just not marketing your school to a level that I think you should. So I don't think it's nobody beating down the door. I said, you ain't beating down the door because of bullshit. We don't have the best facility and the all the nicest technology and all that. We don't. We just don't.
Hey,
You know, so, but you just got to do something different.
yeah,
You got to show all the, it's marketing, man. Anybody that has a commercial of whatever their product is, they're not showing the things they need to get better at their restaurant or their business or their product.
right.
It's always good.
I like that.
That Big Mac look good on the commercial.
I like that.
It looked real good on that commercial. That Big Mac, the meat looked bigger and everything, and you get the Big Mac in reality, you got a little thin piece of meat. So it ain't the same. It don't look like that on the commercial, but that's
I like that. I like
marketing.
that, man. So before we close, thank you for asking me that question because that is something that that I have to consider. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, I mean, I know that winning costs. Like I tell my kids, I told them today we was working on some stuff. We putting, this is my first day with them. I'm introducing a new offense to them. You know what I'm saying? And and I was telling them, I said, when y'all win games, people are gonna say, man, coach he got some great players over there. I said, but when we lose a game, it's gonna be like, man, that Joe can't coach. That's gonna be the story. That's how it's gonna go. But I'm emotionally intelligent enough. You see what I'm saying? And emotionally mature enough to know that, and I can carry that weight. You know what I'm saying? We can go all the way to state this year, win it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be like, I knew he wouldn't buy nothing. Joker can't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm built for that. You see what I'm saying? I'm built for that. But guess what I'm gonna do? When that opportunity happens, it's gonna be highlighted. You can't deny the fact if we lose in the game, like I said, you went through that this year. If you lose in that game, you still can say we played in that game, and we're going back to that game.
You want to dictate it. You want to dictate. This is my last game, and this is no matter what. This is the last game because this is the last game.
Do you? Hey, do you?
This is the last practice.
Do you want to play in that game, or you want to keep losing the regular season? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's a privilege to practice. Like this is your last, literally your last practice.
Hey,
so
it is what it is.
We do talk about
it is
that,
what it is, man. So yeah, we gonna,
and that's the ultimate goal.
But man, we gonna close it out.
That's always a good conversation.
Yeah, man. You know me and you, man. This every Monday, man. We can get in here and have fun with it, and great conversation. Like I said, I just want to encourage any coaches out there watching. If it's going on in your program, it's your fault. The good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? If it's good things going on, it's your fault. If it's bad things going on, it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You got to step up.
It's gonna be your
and
fault.
Accept. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that this is something that you take responsibility for. You got to take responsibility for, man. So, bro, I'm definitely, definitely enjoying the conversation, man. We're gonna close this thing out with a word from our sponsor. So, Coach, I'm gonna take you to the backstage. Don't leave yet, all right? We're gonna close this thing out, man. Tell the people good night, man.
Always good.
All right, now.
Good night, people. I got to run to Walmart.
Hey, Coach. Yes, you. First, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Before you go, don't forget, everything you need to lead well and last long is waiting for you at my website, eddiejhamilton.com/shop. Devotionals, digital workbooks, tools to build culture, and real strategies to help you navigate coaching, family, and faith. It's all there. So do me a favor, Coach. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this with a coach who's ready to lead with purpose. We're in this together. Let's build something that lasts. Hopefully, I'll see you at the next show coming soon. So stay tuned. Have a great day, Coach.